be somebody here. There's a car in there. I'm going back. Welcome to another video here. We're gonna be stealth camping in a swamp behind a sewage treatment plant. So there's all the wastewater. That's actually little bacterias on top that break down the waste in there. The waste is broken down in these tanks for about 4 hours. A little chlorine is added, and then it's discharged into the creek. So there's a lot of people out right now. So I'm gonna have a hard time sneaking around behind, so I might try to go a back way into the swamp. The swamp is all down in there. So I scouted this spot out about a year ago. And the trouble with this campus for stealth camping locations is there are dead trees everywhere. So finding a good spot to hang a hammock is pretty difficult. Right there is a perfect example, dead tree. So I am totally racing daylight right now. I could not make my usual entrance into that location because it is a beautiful evening and there are a ton of people out and about tonight. So I'm having to walk way around out into this field and take a back way in. The brush is super thick, which makes it really stealthy, but it makes it hard to get to. It's about 7:30. Sun goes down at 7:59 today, and it gets dark around 8:29 today. So I have about an hour to get in there and set up before it's dark. We will see what happens. Here we go, making our entrance into the woods now. We will be out of sight in about 20 seconds. And we are officially out of sight of the field. A little bit far over, there's a road right there. So we definitely need to make our way further down that way. This is where the swamp drains into the main creek. This is a lot of stormwater runoff from campus in this swamp. I would not camp in a swamp full of human wastewater. But look at this. Beautiful, beautiful spot to hang. That trail I was on is right up that hill. So I'm gonna pull up the map and see how close I am to the location I have marked for this camp. So Google Maps says I'm about 75 feet from the site, and it should be right up here if I can get there without falling into the mud. Luckily it hasn't rained too much over the past month. We got a big storm the other week, but the mud isn't too bad. And actually this might be it. Let's take a look. This is the spot, I'm pretty sure. We have this tree. If it fell, it wouldn't be able to reach it to here. Those trees are healthy. And I'm actually strung between two stumps. This stump and this stump. Now if this guy fell, we would be in trouble. It's about twice the height as me. And the good part is there's still live branches coming out of this lower part. So I think we'll be okay. So I'm gonna string up my hammock from here to here tonight. All right, so I got my hammock strung up, and I think I'm gonna grab some of my snacks, take my chair, and go sit by the river for a little bit, enjoy the evening. Well, that wasn't very stealthy. I forgot to take an allergy pill today, so I might be sneezing a lot tonight. It's not the easiest getting around in here because of how low the passageways are. Like, you're always crawling under stuff like that. But it's almost starting to get too dark to film, so I won't stay by the creek for too long. Well, this spot is good as any. So I know a lot of people don't like to eat healthy, including myself, but I eat spinach. The most efficient way to do this, you have to make sure you have a lot of water nearby because it helps you get it down. Then you have to take the spinach, grab a big handful of it just like that, and you squish into a ball. Here's what we do. That is just not good. So as soon as you have it chewed up enough that you think you could swallow it, just take a big gulp of water and swallow it like a pill. That's just how I do it. Maybe there's a better way, but I haven't found it yet. Once I eat my spinach, I get to have dessert. Delicious Swiss rolls. So I have a week and a half left before I go home. The last time, my senior year. And I was looking at the forecast. I really wanted to camp down here one more time before I went home. And it's supposed to be rainy tomorrow night, rainy the next night, and rainy the night after that. And then I have finals. So this is my last chance. I didn't want to camp out on finals night. This still isn't ideal because I have my senior symposium tomorrow, so I have to give a presentation, but can just drink a cup of coffee or a cup of tea before that, get the caffeine in me, be ready to go. I know this is a shorter video. There's no cooking, no campfire or anything in this one. The last video was only recorded maybe 4 or 5 days ago of stealth camping in the rain on a college campus, and I didn't want to push my luck of having a second campfire on campus within a 4-day period, so I decided to keep it more low-key on this trip. No fire, no cooking. I already had some leftover food back in my apartment. Putting my food back into my bear bag, and I'll find somewhere, throw it in a tree. There is occasionally a bear on this campus. About once every 3 years, a bear will run through in the spring, typically. And it's usually because there's lots of very rural areas around here. And in the springtime, after a cub has been with its mother for 2 years, the mother will kind of chase the cub off. Whenever these little cubs, 2-year cubs, start to get pushed away by their mothers, they tend to come out of the more rural areas trying to find new territory that they can kind of claim as their own. And usually it'll just be a small bear will wander through campus. So there was one that wandered through about 2 weeks ago, and it has since been going on to other places, so it has not been back. So I'm not really worried about bears or anything like that with my bear bag tonight. I'm just going to stick it somewhere in a tree, at least, 3-4 feet above the ground where a raccoon or a fox or coyote couldn't get to it, but I'm not really concerned about bears in this location. So it's starting to get dark, so I'm going to pack up the camera and pack up all my stuff and head back to the campsite. Alright, it's getting dark. There's my hammock. I've stowed my bear bag. Technically, I guess it's a raccoon bag for tonight. Right here, we're about 30 feet away. This is not good practice when you're in true bear country, but I just don't want to wake up with raccoons sniffing me, so over there it is. But I realized that I forgot to set up my tarp, so I'm going to try to do that before it gets completely dark here. And then it will probably be completely dark when I film the next clip. Alright, so I have my tarp up here. I am now in my hammock. It did end up getting completely dark, but I have an inflatable pillow here. that I'm going to blow up and give a try tonight. I've tried it once or twice before, but I had a little bit too much air in it, so it didn't work super great. I've got my same top quilt that I used on my last video, and my same underquilt. I think it's going to be a good night. I slept really good last time I was here, so I think I'll sleep good again. My goal is to wake up at 6 and to be getting out of here by about 6:30, because I'm not sure when the guys at the wastewater treatment plant start work, and I would like to walk out that way. I will try to get a time lapse of the sun rising if I'm up that early, but I might not wake up until after the sun has risen. So I will see you guys in the morning. We got the owl calling again tonight. Good morning, everyone. It is 6 o'clock, so I am about to start getting up, getting my boots on, and then start packing this place up. I slept okay last night. Not great, not terrible. There was a lot of times when I was kind of sleeping, but not sleeping very deeply. So we'll see. Maybe I'll get back to my apartment and take a nap. I don't have anything until 10 o'clock this morning. Got an inchworm on my leg. All right. It's about 6:40. I'm all packed up except for my camera, my bear bag, and my thermocell. I think I still have time to make it past the wastewater plant over there, so we're gonna get ready to go. All right, so I'm coming over here to take down the bear bag, and I started having a sneeze attack. I probably sneezed about 20 times. So if I can't get these sneezes to stop, I don't know if we'll be stealthy enough to go past the wastewater plant, but this is what happens when I forget to take Claritin before springtime stealth camp. So, seem to be alright now. I'll keep packing up. Alright, camp is cleaned up. I did a final sweep through. There is no litter left behind, so we're gonna head out. I'm gonna try to go past the sewage plant. It's about 6:40 here, so rolling out. I'm not sure if I chose the best path. I am in the swamp now. I think I have to get over that way. The sewage plant is right there. I'm gonna try to get over to there. Keep making our way over. This is risky. I'm gonna jump from here to there and down to there and hope I don't fall. So let's see what happens. Actually, I might just step. Almost fell. Here we can make it. See if there's a path up here by the creek. Looks like there's a path here. We'll keep going this way until we can't anymore. Wouldn't want to hang between those guys. Whew. They could come down at any second. Look at that base. All right, so we've arrived at the wastewater plant. That field right there is where it's at. There's a big wall right there. And I don't think the guys are in yet, but I'm gonna be real cautious going around here. So I'm gonna keep the camera rolling, but just kind of keep the phone in my hand as we go through here. There it is. There's the discharge pipe. It all goes out into the creek right there. Alright. Let's slide around here. There's already somebody here. There's a car in there. I'm going back. So there's already workers in there, so I'm gonna find an alternate route. I'm gonna try to continue making my way here along the edge of the creek. We just came out from right there behind me, and hopefully these bushes will keep me hidden enough as I go along that they do not see me. So, here we go. Alright, we are past the wastewater plant. So this trail continues along the edge of the creek here. I need to work my way that way now to get back to the fitness trail so I can get back to my apartment. I'll get a shot of the front of the wastewater treatment plant once I get back to the trail here. The pumps were running at the plant, mixing up the two basins where they let the bacteria break down the wastewater, and that kind of saved me with some good background noise because the workers are there already. I can't believe they got here before 7. But we'll continue making our way through here. I think that's still the wastewater plant right there. I need to keep going to the left. Here the trail is, it's a good trail. Okay, there's the plant. So we are gonna scoot over around that way. This is not a great spot to be. That's their shop right there. So I'm gonna keep moving. This is a cool spot. I did not know this existed. This is a pretty cool spot here. Alright, well, I am past the wastewater plant. It's right there. You can see it through the trees behind me. There is a fitness trail somewhere up this direction, and that's where I need to get to. So I'm going to keep making my way that way, and I hope I don't come out on the fitness trail as there's a jogger coming past. Once we get there, I just have to walk back to my apartment, and we've had a successful trip. Alright, here's the trail. The wastewater treatment plant work truck just left the shop, so it's a good thing I was not at their driveway right then. So I didn't know about that way I got out of the swamp until today. If I would have known about that, I would have taken that way to get back into it last night. But I didn't know it existed, so I'll keep that in mind if I ever get a chance to stealth camp back there again. Alright, so that's it for this trip. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, feel free to give a like and subscribe. Peace out.